This is Damon Stevens with FinWealth Builders. Today is Thursday, April 7th, 2022, and this is stock market update for trades of the day. And boy, what a day it was. Boy, our support levels are holding, came down, tagged them twice. So the question is, is this the best time to buy the dip, or is there going to be a further dip from here? Right now, things are looking bullish, but we'll see what the next couple of days brings. Actually, tomorrow, Friday, closing out this week, either we're going to start to bounce off of where we're at, and this is a buy the dip opportunity, or, does the market trick us out here and decide that it's going to push us lower? So we'll find out what Friday brings, but let's look at the charts and see what the charts are telling us. Just remember, this is we're not financial advisors. That this is just talking about the trades that we're looking at and how we're moving the market with the market. So definitely make your trades your own and trade responsibly, and hopefully this information is helpful for you in your trading. Looking at the Dow Jones, it closed up 0.25%, NASDAQ up 0.06%, S&P 500 up 0.43%, and it started with down, just this little dip here, but just a nice steady climb up from there. And the NASDAQ was more of a V-shaped kind of recovery right here. So we pulled down here, tagged the levels we need to at the bottom here, and rallied back up. And then just kind of pulled back, kind of almost at the same level. So almost dynamically flat here for the NASDAQ. Then with SP 500, you can see here it wasn't dramatic of a pullback, but a nice steady climb all the way through the day. So Dow, NASDAQ, SP 500 pretty much working together as they climb through the market here and bounce off of these support levels. You see here overall, it looks like the FANG stocks were pretty weak. We're pretty much flat. Money was still moving out of the tech area, as we talked about in these videos, back into energy, healthcare. And healthcare, this is one of those sectors that we had on there where we said, hey, if things are moving out of tech, they're probably going to move into some of these other sectors. So you see that's definitely what was happening here, except for Tesla. Tesla just really did well today. And then looking over at the scanner for today, these are the top ones. Nothing really hit big, although SBFM I did trade, and we'll be looking at trading that tomorrow. Missed, I got the tail end of like the very beginning of the close of the day, and then I was out on other things. And wow, if you were on that, boy, talk about a fun little rocket ride. But we'll take a look at the charts and see. And we're going to be watching these tomorrow morning. I'm actually going to be watching SBFM and TRVI pre-market to see if they're going to give us anything more. So here's TRVI. You can see here the low is 178, high of $3. So not huge, but $1 is good enough, and it gave you a good chance to get in here. So you can see here, as it hit the scanner here, you had a bit of a pause here at 271, and then this rally up to 318. So not really huge, but enough to where if you have quite a few shares on here, you did pretty well. And then pull back here, kind of running flat. So looking for a continuation play really off this 318 level. And then looking at SBFM. So SBFM, this was a multi-day trade. So back here on the 5th here, you can see this was the first run from $2 to $6.75. And then our high today was, the high today was kind of closing out around $10. But after hours, it went as high as $12.42. So I did not catch all this. I caught the tail end. I got out right here just around $9, just above $9. And then, but I didn't catch the rest. I didn't have, this just continued to run after hours and all the way up. So if you caught this, congratulations. You had a nice little run after hours, just amazing. So we're looking for a continuation play on this one. It looks like it's pulling back a little bit in after hours. This is the little gray area you see. But I want to show you, where you look on this chart. So this is 15-minute chart, show you intraday trading. But to look at, long-term, really kind of where the market's coming from or where it might be heading, go out here. We're going to a weekly chart just so I can fit it on the screen here. You can kind of see kind of where we're at. So we closed around, 1065, but really we rallied up towards this support level here, which is right back here looking at February. That's kind of where we were right here. That's kind of where we rallied up to the top of this candle on after hours. But you can see the stock went as high as $15 on the initial run and $15.70 on the secondary run. So I'm looking to see if we can run tomorrow morning pre-market. If it gives us a chance, it could run tonight and it's it's over, or runs tonight and pulls back a little bit and gives us another chance in the morning. But looking for a continuation, hopefully up to at least $15, if not the high of 1570 here. So that's what we're looking at for tomorrow. Is this to fill the rest of this area here, and if we do, then we kind of match those highs. It's possible to go higher, but that's where that's coming from. So on this weekly chart, you can see now here kind of where we're headed towards on this particular stock. Looking at earnings, WD-40 didn't really do what I wanted to do. So we'll watch in the morning, see if there's some volatility comes in there and gives us more of a play. So this week was really quiet for me. Teleray gave me a little bit, but overall, not really much on earnings. But we do have major earnings seasons coming in here in a few weeks, and so looking for a lot more volatility when we get into that part of the month. So looking at Apple here, and so here's the thing I'm saying. So I think the bulls are ready to run when we look at the indexes, but you can see on the charts that you can see that a lot of these stocks, especially the ones that kind of help move the indexes, have pulled back, but they're, they close at a support level where they could rally. So that's the thing I want to make sure I'm clear on. So on Apple, for instance, here on this daily chart, you can see here that we pulled below our trend line here, but we closed above it. So that's the thing that's important, is that we closed above it and we closed above the 20. So that's where you have two levels of support here that's held for today, and it held yesterday as well. So having 2 days here, if we can get a third day tomorrow above this level, then I think the bulls are ready to run. And the goal would be to run back over towards at least these highs at 180, if not closer to 182 down the road. So looking for a play out of here if we can close out this week in a good spot. If we pull back, then that's a whole other story. Right now, it's looking good. Netflix, you can see here we've had this pullback here as well. It went down, tagged our support line down here that we had at 355 and bounced off of it. So I'm glad it closed above that area. So looking to see, this is, you can see here, this looks like it could be a hammer candle here, and maybe we can start to take off from here. So looking for it to bounce and start to run here. We have some gaps to fill up here. We have our support lines we did get below, but you can see here that we bounced off of it before. When we're down here, we bounced off of it again here and here. So this is a good area. That's why, I'm more bullish on this momentum, even though this is a little bit of a pullback here, looking to see if we start to break out from here. BABA, we kind of got below this area. I was hoping that we'd stay above 110. And you can see here, we pulled back here. We're still within these trend lines here, looking to rally back up here. We have some gaps to fill. So looking for a BABA to hopefully find support and get back above 110. If it does, I'll feel better about it being more of a bullish case since we had support before and rallied off of that. So it is a little weaker than I like on BABA. Hopefully we can rally back up above 110. If so, we got to play up. If not, we maybe come down to 99. Or even down to 87 here if it breaks these support lines. Looking at Nvidia, nice tail candle here, above the 200 moving average. So that's where it'll become more bullish here. You see here that's where our support line is. We've bounced off of there a few times. So looking for a hold and support here, and hopefully a bounce and start to rally up here. So looking for continuation up on the upside. If we break this 200 though and hold under 237 into this week, we might be coming down lower. So, both options are on the table, but hoping that Nvidia will move with the rest of the market. Tesla ended on a green note today. So it did not close above the yesterday's candle like the rest of them, but we have this long tail candle. Again, I like to see these tail candles. You can see here we had a lot of area here where we consolidated before. So hoping that this was a consolidation and we can bounce off of here and rally up off of Tesla. So Tesla, we're looking for continuation play above this 1092. If we break below 1029, we could be back towards 1,000. If we break 1,000, then we can come lower. So going to look at tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be hopefully a telltale here which direction we're going. Well, not necessarily a tail candle here because we have wicks on both sides, so more of an indecision at this point. But still, still looking for a pull up here. So we did close below this support line, so I don't like that. So there's some weaknesses out there. So you got to play both sides. I think overall, I think April, should be a bullish month for us. That's what typically we've seen. Doesn't mean it has to be that way now, but I do like what I'm seeing as far as the setups here. And that kind of everything seems like it's coming together into the same ranges and same areas. Facebook, nice tail candle. Again, tail candles, the important part there. We close above the 20. We bounced off this 20. And so that's bullish there. And so hopefully we can rally up here. Really looking to close this gap as well here at 229, 231. So we gotta close that so we can rally back up. But Facebook did bounce off the 20. Google, nice big tail candle. Not as, you have a wick up here as well in the top part. So kind of a more of indecision here, but it's above the 200. We tried to tag through the 50, we didn't. So looking for a break above the moving averages here, so we can start to rally here on Google. If we don't, then we break through yesterday's close. Then looking for hopefully support down here around 62.80. So on Amazon here, we can see here, let me kind of just zoom in here a little bit. So you can see here that we didn't really come down. We basically tried to break the 200. It failed, but it closed on the top of this candle. So that's the only thing bullish about Amazon that I see here is that we did close on the top of that candle. So really got to rally back above, this 20 moving average to kind of rally up here. If we break down, we could come down this candle. We do have support areas around here around 31.82, but as long as we can stay within or above this candle, then that's more bullish. Oh, and I just noticed here I'm on hourly chart. So let's go ahead and I'm going to take this to daily. There, I didn't realize it was down there. Okay, so on a daily chart here, it's even better. So you see this big old wick here. So, and we close right at the 50 on the daily chart. So, and you can see this is an area where we consolidated in the past. So hopefully we can bounce off here, rally up here. And you can see that on the daily chart, we're not within the candle. We're actually below the candle, which I do not like as much, but I do like that we are holding that 50. So if we break below 50 and this 31.38, then we could come back down, test some of these lows. But hopefully we can rally off here since we closed, at least within this last candle range. Delta Airlines. So these are the stocks that we have on here, just in case the money moves out of tech and moves into other areas, and especially with travel coming up, looking for a play out of here. So looking for really Delta Airlines to break this 50. You can see it's kind of consolidating, break the 50, and then start to rally from there. CCL, so Carnival Cruise Line. So Carnival, you have this nice long tail candle. So that's good. So hopefully we can rally up from here. You see in this area right here, you have a lot of, where we've kind of consolidated before and also in the past back in January. So hopefully we can hold that line and bounce out of this area. Fizz kind of continuing up here, starting to break out now. It's just tagged right below the 200 here. So if we can get above 47, we can start to rally up here, and we have a long way to rally. So looking to Fizz to make a breakout here. If it does, next goal is to start closing this gap at 48.51, clear up to 51.50, and then you go up here to 55.44. So looking for a breakout and hold on here. If we can do that, this one is going to be a great play. United Healthcare continues to be a great play. We did break out. So this is our second breakout day, very bullish. We're at 538, and we were just 2 days ago down here at, 510. So nice run. So looking for a continuation play on UNH. And next goal, hopefully get around, this 544, 548 area. So we'll see if we can close out the week strong here. RK, it's broken below, which, is more bearish for the RK. Below our trend line, it's below all the moving averages again. So we'll see if we can bounce back in there and close out Friday above. If not, we could possibly come back and retest, this 55 to 52 area. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and like this video if this is helpful for you. So we can continue to bring this content to you, and hopefully this helps you in your trading. And if you're looking for ideas, this is the greatest place to find it. Also, we have a free Discord and some free training out there as well. So if you go out to finwealthlive.com, you can get access to those videos. And also on the Discord every day, we post our trades ahead of time before the market opens, so that you have all the levels to trade the stocks that we post out there. And typically we've been hitting, five out of 6 of the stocks that we've been posting out there. So those are pretty good odds as far as hitting something out there that would interest you and make you profitable. So the bonds flat for a second day here. We are above all these lows here. So looking just for consolidation here on those bonds. Dollar index elevated here as well. Hovering under here, just under the dollar. So, but very elevated on the dollar here. So that's a sign of inflation in that area. So far we're continuing to hold up here, at least in the market. Looking at the VIX, spiked up, tried to spike up, close back down inside this candle. So that's good. That allows us to hopefully have, bullish momentum here to continue to, pull out and rally. So really looking at, VIX staying under the 200 moving average, and hopefully get under 20 if we want to kick off a rally here. If we do see spike, that's why I would say watch the VIX pre-market and at the open to see kind of what it's doing. So if it spikes up above the 200 or the 20 moving average, then we're gonna have a down day. And so maybe we'll have more further downtime, and maybe the dip is lower. But if we do, if the VIX does pull down or hold where it's at now, then expect that we could start a rally here for April. So SPY, it's above the 50, it's above the 20. And so you can see here this indecision candle, and a decision was made to go up from here. So hopefully we'll close the secondary day up, at least to 451 tomorrow. If we can do that, then we'll have a couple of days on a bullish momentum, and hopefully start to break out of here and start to have a great run in April. Triple Qs, a little weaker, closed under the 50 and the 20. So we've got to get this going in tomorrow. I really got to get above 355 and then at the 200 here at 357.69 and close. Hopefully if we can close tomorrow on the high, that'll show a better sign that the bulls are ready to run. If we close below or down from here, then maybe the dip's a little bit lower from here. But we do have support down here at 349.44. You can see that we've stayed above it for 2 days here. So hopefully we can stay above that support line here and start to break out higher. Semiconductors, we had pretty much a flat, ended up flat yesterday, and today we kind of have an indecision candle and closed at the same level. So hopefully we can make a decision here and we can get semiconductors start to run here. So SMH right now looks more bearish, but we'll see. We'll see if the rest of the market can pull it up. Dow Jones closed secondary day, above our support line here in the 200, and closed above the 50 and the 20, just like the SPY. And so you can see here we're in this wedge. We talked about, if we can hold this level, this 50% level and break out, then we can start to rally out of this wedge here. So we'll see how we close out this week. IWM is at the bottom of our wedge. It came down below it, spiked it, but closed above it. So I like that it closed above it. It did close below the support line, so I don't like that part, but we'll see if we can rally up. And hopefully this, as it comes down, found enough strength to start to rally up to the north side and not break through to the low side. XLK. So it closed above the 200. So second day that it's kind of spiked below the 200, but closed above it. So that's good. So looking for, it to hopefully come up and start to close this gap. Get above 156 on the close of the week would be ideal for XLK if we want to start to rally. Gold, you can see that gold is kind of flat, consolidating here, kind of in this little wedge here. So it's actually more of a wedge here, and I'm going to go ahead and draw this out here just so you can see it here. So, and where that wedge ends is hard to say, but I'm just going to mark it where it is right now. So you can just see it's flat here. So it's kind of an indecision point right now. So it's either going to start to break to the downside or the upside at some point here. But you can see it's getting tighter. You know, I could have made this wedge, you know, pull it down here maybe, and then you could kind of see it better as a visual. But, you know, we've come up here, tag the top, and we've come down here. So, and we're right on this support line. So we'll see if it can make a decision on which way it wants to break here. Silver, same thing, came from the lows up to the highs, down on the support line, and looking hopefully for a breakout to the upside. Bitcoin. So I told you to watch Bitcoin because, in my opinion, because we have more institutional buying into cryptos and more computer-driven decisions with Bitcoin, that Bitcoin is, you know, basically kind of showing kind of where the market's going, and it's getting closer and closer all the time. But I told you I was watching Bitcoin this week, that if it was down, then I was going to look at the, you know, the S&P 500 and the other stock market to be down, and that's exactly what's happened this week. But Bitcoin is right kind of above the 50 movement average. It bounced off of it. It's held this is the second day above it. It's below the wedge, basically our support line here. So I don't like that. But if we can rally up here, this could be a good weekend. Hopefully. So looking to really support, you know, to hold support above 43,500. We can have a little rally tomorrow. You know, if I'm going to look in the morning, if this is rallying up here, I'm looking for a positive day on the market. We'll see if that holds true. But it'd also be helpful for Bitcoin to start to rally up here. You know, and if it can, you know, hopefully it can start to take off here from here. So looking at Bitcoin to hold support here and start to break to the upside. Ethereum, same thing. It held and it's closed above all the moving averages. So looking for it to hold here and start to break up to the upside. GMT is kind of holding right at the moving averages. So it's just barely below the 5. It's above everything else. And so looking for a continuation play, hopefully to new highs, you know, above this 317 area. Luna came down, sitting on the 20, the second day sitting on the 20. So hopefully we can bounce off of here. This is a tight channel. So it's gonna have to get some momentum here to start to break to the upside. If it breaks down below the 20, we could be coming lower. So we're just kind of watching all these cryptos and these altcoins here, as well as the stock market, to see if we can kind of get these kicked off and running. But, you know, you can see at least Luna has continued to just kind of grind slowly, you know, higher. So I do like that part of it. So we'll see what happens in the marketplace. That's our stocks, our cryptos, and kind of what we're looking at the market. So the bias, in my opinion, is the upside. That doesn't mean that's what it's going to do. No, I see the downside risks as well. Really looking at tomorrow, the end of this week, to kind of show us, you know, a sign of what direction wants to go. If we can hold, you know, 2 or 3 days above major support lines, to me, that's more of a bullish momentum to run. But if we break down tomorrow and we break that the 2-day trend and the 3rd day we close down, then, you know, it's possible we can start to go lower. But I'm looking for opportunities to buy a dip, you know, buy at the bottom, hopefully. And is this it? It's hard to say. We're at support. So that's typically your best place to buy, and just have a good stop loss in case you go lower. So that's what we're looking at. But again, you know, this is not financial advice. We're just traders trying to share some information out there to help others become better traders as well. Everybody have a great night. We'll have a good weekend coming in this weekend. And we will have a prep video on Sunday night to get you prepped and ready for Monday morning. But everybody have a great, safe weekend. We'll talk to you later.